Hey guys, just a quick little thing before this episode gets started. I want to get a few things out of the way. Number one being that this is an older recording. This was filmed a few months back with Troy and a close friend of his. They talk all things about basketball and football and college stuff like that. Um, just want to get that out of the way. I'm not in this episode, so I know, bummer. Just joking. Um, I just want to quickly come here and just say the reason why I wasn't on last we didn't upload last week. Long story short, it was a really shitty April for me and the family. In a span of 2 weeks, I lost two dogs. Rest in peace to Phineas and Bella. Phineas unfortunately passed away of old age, and Bella to cancer. So I wasn't in the right mental headspace to focus and record an episode of the podcast that week. I hope you guys understand. So Troy can understand it, and I really appreciate it, Troy. And I want to quickly thank everybody who sent me DMs privately, sending me their thoughts and prayers. I really appreciate it. It's been a rough April. Here's to a better May. Um, but yes, then we're uploading this because of uh, if you pay attention to earlier episodes, we said that Troy and his significant other are moving to their apartment towards the end of April and early May. So it's gonna be busy. Hence why we're gonna upload an older episode. So it is a 2 hour episode. So make sure you guys enjoy, subscribe, ring the bell for more episodes. And without further ado, enjoy this episode. Appreciate you guys.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Unfilled Podcast. So, a little update, real quick, before we get started with today. Next Thursday, which is the 13th, I'm getting my wisdom teeth out. So, episodes might be a little weird, depending on timing and how much pain I'm in. Anyway, so one voice you notice that's not here right now. Marco's not here today, but I have my good friend Ryan Gadd with me. Ryan, how you doing?
What's going on? Pleasure to be here. First time.
So I know you've never done this before, and I didn't have you on when I was doing my own thing beforehand. Thoughts on it? I know you were excited to come on, but any other thoughts?
uh, I mean, definitely excited, but I don't know. Uh, just excited. No nervousness,
Oh, that's good.
Just really
Yeah.
excited. Yeah.
So our our pop darts. Sorry, I kind of kicked your ass. What can I
That's
say?
all right.
If you don't know what Pop Tarts are, they are these little like almost suction cup things. You can get them off TikTok Shop, Amazon, whatever. They have their own website. Amazing products.
Great
Or
game.
it's a love
Great game.
it's a surprisingly amazing game. Um, anyway, so unlike Marco, Ryan's really big into football, which I'm very excited to talk about. I know you love college football. Do you want to give a shout out to your team for winning?
Go Bucks, baby. Ohio State. Let's go. Come on.
I I'm not butthurt about it. I'm a little butthurt because you beat my Notre Dame, but Ohio State earned it. They played amazing. Wasn't like a far off game, but it definitely
I
you could
mean,
tell Ohio
in the
State.
beginning.
Fair enough. Notre Dame comeback. It was like what 32-23 or something like that.
30,
Like an
yeah, 34-23.
34. Okay. 11-point game. It wasn't a blowout by any. It wasn't even a 2-score game, which was nice. But definitely Notre Dame has stuff to improve on. Ohio State's losing their quarterback, their two running backs, and I can imagine more to the draft.
Right.
We'll see how they do next year.
We will.
So I know you want to talk about this. Who do you think is going to be the top 4 team? We'll do it like this. Who do you think is going to be the top 4 college football teams next year? And then we're going to talk bracket wise. I know we took like 30 minutes trying to figure this thing out. Because if you don't know, the college football bracket is no longer 4 teams, it's 12 teams. it's a little
Very
complicated
confusing.
how they set it up. They have the main four conference champions, the people that win their conference, and then there's also a fifth for a different conference that doesn't get a bye, but they still won their conference that gets put in the playoffs. I had trouble trying to fix my bracket to that because I didn't think any of the other conferences were going to make it in.
Definitely
But-
not the easiest thing. That's
No,
for sure.
I
So,
you can't say that louder. Honest to God, that was not a fun thing to have to do, but it was necessary. It was
got
necessary.
through it.
So who do you got? Who we got?
So is this for the buys or in general?
Buys. We'll do buys first, and then we'll move on from there.
Okay, so my number one team out
Yep.
of the Big 12, I have Texas.
Okay. All right. Yep.
And then number two out of the Big 10,
Yep.
I'm actually taking Penn State here.
Wait. Penn State at number 2.
Penn State at number
As
2.
an Ohio fan,
It hurts. It definitely
I
does.
know.
But I'm going Penn State, dude. Number 3 out of the ACC, I
Yep.
have Miami.
okay.
And
So
then-
you have Miami in there at number 3.
I do.
Winning in what? The SEC?
ACC.
ACC.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And then number 4.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Texas was out of the SEC. They used to be in the Big 12, so I mixed that up a little bit.
No worries. No worries.
So Iowa
You're good.
State, I have at number 4 out of the Big 12.
You have Iowa?
Iowa State, yes, sir.
So Iowa gets a bye.
Iowa will get the bye, yes. It was definitely
Wow.
between
Wow. Wait.
yeah,
All right.
it was
hold on.
definitely between them and Arizona State, but with Arizona State losing their running back Cam Scadaboo, they got their quarterback Sam Levitt still, but I just don't see them making a run to the playoffs.
You think? Oh. So Scadabo is going to the
Draft,
draft. Thank you.
yeah.
So he is going to draft. Where do you have him going? Because the big thing about it was he was saying how he believed he was a Heisman contender, which I hate to say it, in the conference or in the playoffs, he kind of proved himself.
He showed that. Definitely.
He showed he was not. He was fucking good. Hate to say it. And we know Ashton Genty, who's the number 2,
Should have won.
should have won, but
Got to give credit to Hunter,
yeah,
dude.
he playing both sides. I get snaps isn't a stat,
It's not a step.
but
Yeah.
I'm very interested to see how it portrays in the NFL. If he's going to be doing both sides, doing just one side. He said he's ready to do both sides, right?
Yeah. It's definitely interesting.
I don't think he
mean,
will. I'd say it. But
Yeah. I mean, it could go either way with him and Genty, but
yeah.
like you said, snaps isn't a stat,
Yeah.
but the stamina you have to have where you're not playing.
You're not wrong.
You're not playing two plays a game, and the rest of the plays you're
Okay.
playing.
Yeah.
That's very much impressive.
Yeah. That's now if you had to choose, would you put him on offense or defense? For front runner right now is the Patriots. Would you have him as a receiver, cornerback, or what would you do?
That's very difficult. I don't know much about the Patriots, but I know
Drake May is quarterback. If you need
Yeah.
the quarterback,
I know a couple of their receivers, I think.
okay.
But in my opinion, I would put him at cornerback just because what I've
Really?
seen in
Okay.
college from him, diving out to get that ball.
Yeah.
He,
To seal that one game, to seal the game in overtime. Remember that?
yeah,
The
there was
guy
that.
running at the goal line, he punched it out right before the line.
Yeah, there was that,
Yep.
and then diving interception against
That's right.
TCU when Colorado started to get that hype.
I forgot about TCU. They made it to playoffs last year.
Uh,
Didn't they make it to the conference finals?
It was 2022. They made it. They beat Michigan, made it to
Yeah.
the championship, got blown out by
and
Georgia.
that was the big thing about Florida State last year.
Oh yeah,
That That's what sparked this whole 12 team.
Yeah, that's
Right.
definitely interesting, but I don't know. Their quarterback was hurt, but that doesn't make an
Yeah.
excuse because Georgia's Carson Beck, he
Yes.
got hurt,
Yep.
and they went on. They went on to win the SEC this past year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's very interesting how that could have panned out. Passes in the past, but
Fair enough.
now
And then
that's
you
why you
see-
had the new 12-team playoff format.
Yeah.
So
It's kind of messed up the way they're doing it, but at the end of the day,
it's crazy because Alabama missed it. After they missed it, they're already talking about a 16 team playoff, which is
course.
crazy because Alabama missed.
I hate to
So-
say it. They deserve to lose. They were not a good team.
They were not
They went what 9-3 or something like that. 9-4,
9-3. I want to
9-3.
say.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they beat Georgia, but they also were up big and blew it.
Yeah.
Sure, they won, but it doesn't. It's not an excuse.
After Saban left, I don't want to say respect for Alabama. Love Alabama, great team. But after Saban left, it's not going to be the same team.
Right.
You're
He's
not
the
gonna,
greatest coach in college football history. I won't
Yes.
say all of football history because
It's-
obviously you have Bill Belichick.
Would you put Belichick at number 1?
I would, definitely.
Okay, let me ask you this. That's fine and dandy. He won all those. Last year, he didn't have a coaching job. Nobody else wanted him.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he just wants some time off. Because
Yeah,
now he's on.
but he was open to any team taking him. Or he wanted to go to a team that needed help or a winning team. Now, obviously, a winning team is not going to take him. That's just stupid.
Right.
They're going to
But-
trade out a top head coach for Bill Belichick.
I'm actually interested on seeing what North Carolina can do now, considering Belichick's coaching over there.
So he did sign with
He
North
did.
Carolina?
Yes.
That's right.
So
Because
that'll be interesting.
he wants to create that program of like the pre-NFL program. Almost. He wants people to come in there, or he
It's
wants
kind of like what
kids to come in
Colorado
there.
did.
Yes,
When
with
Deion Sanders went there, Shador, Hunter,
Yeah.
like all of them.
I didn't like how they kind of sucked. I shouldn't say they sucked.
I definitely liked how they suck because I
well, yeah.
so overhyped. I couldn't
It
stand
was
it.
it was very overhyped. It was I hate to say it. It wasn't they weren't a good team. They weren't a good team. They didn't make the playoffs both years so far. And now his son at quarterback is gone. He's going to the draft, which mind you, he's going number 3? Travis Hunter, who just got the Heisman, is going probably number 4.
Yeah.
I understand it's good players, but you couldn't make the playoffs.
Right.
I know it's a good program and a lot of people try transferring them, but I feel like you need to get in the playoffs if you want to establish yourself as a good program or like, a top program like Alabama. You make it to the playoffs, so it lasts 15 years or something like that?
Yeah.
10, 15 years. That's a top program. Not Colorado. Yeah, you have the names, you have the I don't want to say the formality. You get the press coverage, you get the fame is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
You get fame for going there, but they're not a good team.
Now,
They had a decent record, but they didn't make the playoffs. At the end of the day, it was a 12-team playoff. They should have made it if that was the case.
don't get me wrong. Like I like Colorado
Yeah.
before they all came in there.
Yeah.
But Colorado was doing really bad, and them rebuilding that turned out
That's right,
really
yeah.
nicely for them. Not where
Fair
you
enough.
wanted to be, but turned out very good. Now,
lot better
before
than
we
what it
get
used to
back
be.
on topic,
Okay.
I want to hear your top 5 draft picks, or top 3 at least.
Draft picks.
Draft picks.
Draft picks.
I don't even know the teams in
Draft
order.
picks. Wait.
Draft picks. So who's going
Okay.
number 1? All that good stuff.
Um.
You want me to start it off?
Start. Yeah, you start because
All right.
I want to look at mock drafts. I have no idea. I have ideas, but it's just because I know the name. I don't know the player.
Right, right.
Statue.
All right. So, number 1 for me, I'm going to take quarterback out of Miami, Cam
All
Ward.
right. Do you have Ward at number 1?
I have Ward at
You have
number
Ward
1.
number 1.
I think he deserves it.
Fair enough. Did you see the video about him and Shadur working out? You could tell his release, hit the quickness with his arm, and the velocity of the football going out was so much faster, well put together than Shadur. Shadur had a little bit slower. It didn't have the quickness to get to the guy. The football didn't have that quickness. I hate to say it, but it felt like Ward was like,
he was dialed in.
He was dialed in.
He's
a
pro
good.
ready.
He's almost pro ready, if not pro ready. Shadur seemed like he was a good college quarterback.
The NFL much different, much different.
Exactly,
but
it bored me a little bit.
I saw something. I forget which quarterback it was. It might have been Shador Sanders, but he just had a bad. I want to say it was the senior day practice or something like that.
Okay.
So now my number 2. This is really tough, but my number 2 is gonna go to the defensive end / linebacker from Penn State, Abdul Carter.
Yep. It seems like every mock draft has him at number 2.
He was
balling.
I want to say he was like plus 1,200 to go first overall, and that dropped to like plus 500. So that's
because of Ward.
That's a big jump. It's a big jump.
Yeah.
So
that's fair.
Number 3,
are you gonna say what I think you're gonna say?
Obviously the fame, the somewhat decent gameplay.
So before you give your answer, I'm gonna give you the first 4. I'm gonna go the first 5 teams of the draft so you understand. So number 1 is Tennessee. Number 2 is the Browns. Number 3 is the Giants. 4 is the Patriots. 5 is the Jaguars. So you can understand.
Giants.
So number 3 is Giants.
Okay. So you have Daniel Jones, Tommy DeVito.
No, Daniel Jones is gone. He's in the Vikings practice squad.
Oh my gosh, that's right. So you're stuck with Tommy DeVito
or Drew Lock, which Drew Lock came in there. He wasn't playing bad, but definitely wasn't good.
Nonetheless, they're taking Shador Sanders at 3.
100%. I agree.
Now,
100%.
Going back to this number 2 pick for the Browns, that's my team, obviously.
For the Browns, yes. Now, hold on. Before you say anything, remember, Garrett is requesting a trade.
That's exactly what I was about to talk about. Myles Garrett is requesting a trade, but the Browns are highly unlikely of trading him. So he could pull one of those things where he just doesn't play, or if he does.
I hate to say it, I don't think they have a choice of trading him. He doesn't want to be there anymore. He stated he wanted to go to a winning team to get a ring.
If you do that, how about the Browns
there.
go for their quarterback? Because they have nothing at all.
That's the
ever.
I agree with that. They don't have a quarterback now.
I would have loved to have Cam Ward. That would have been great.
Well, yeah. Oh, I forgot you're a Browns fan.
Yeah. Little rough times.
Rest in peace to you.
Don't take me back to what was it, 2016?
Oh my, what? 0-16?
Yeah.
Oh my God, where's your paper bag?
Threw it out after they made the playoffs.
No,
so.
I was gonna say they made the playoffs. What, last year?
2020 and
2020
last year. Yeah.
Yeah, they made last year.
Lost to the Texans.
Oh yeah, because they had Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
Magic Flacco.
Miss that guy. Jameis Winston, he's up there too.
Did you see him at the Super Bowl? He's asking all the guys.
Oh yeah.
Who do you think I should go to? Who do you think I should sign to?
Yeah.
Saquon said New York, which, mind you, Jameis is going to New York. I hate to say it. That would be awesome, though.
He was
Malik Neighbors with Jameis Winston.
Slinging the rock.
Jameis just slinging it. Be like, Neighbors is down there somewhere. Let me just throw it up. Throws it up for like 50 yards.
And he was also talking to Nick Sirianni, really trying to convince him of bringing him to Philly.
Yeah, but
I don't think that's going to happen.
I agree.
Because you also have two.
You have Pickett.
You have two good young backup quarterbacks with McKee and Pickett. So I'm interested.
Did you just call Pickett good?
He's for a backup. I would hate to have anything.
That's fair.
Other than him.
Yeah, I did like when Pickett came in, he did well, and then when he got hurt for that one game or whatever with his ribs injury. Who's the third?
McKee.
McKee came in.
Great game.
He was dotting. I was like, what the? I'm like, what is he doing?
Great game.
He never played it down, and he just goes and slings it up and throws like a 25-yard pass. What? It was a dot too. It wasn't like off. He didn't have to twist his body. It was right there over the shoulder. I love that.
Whatever works, I guess. Right.
That's one thing. I'm not worried about the team.
Now, so we have number 1 with Cam Ward to the Titans. I don't hate that.
Nope, that makes total sense.
Yes, they have Will Levis, still a young quarterback.
No.
He can't throw the ball anywhere. He can't make good play decisions, run with the ball. It's out of the picture.
Didn't he?
I don't know. All I see is him with his hands on his head, disappointed at every single interception he throws. He's clueless on the field.
I think he was almost clickbaiting it at that point towards the end because he was just making poses of just be like, oh my God, I fucked up again.
Shocker.
There was so many, and it got to a point where it was, almost every game he was making a pose just like, I fucked up again.
Right.
Yeah, and he hooked up with his ex-girlfriend's mom or something like that.
I guess so.
I'm pretty sure.
Something like that. Yeah, but so did I thought there was someone else that did something like that. I thought it was so funny, but anyway. My number 4.
Okay.
This is really tough.
You know more than I do.
You want to hand me out some names? I know Travis Hunter.
For Travis Hunter, Mason Graham, defensive line from Michigan.
Okay.
Will Johnson, cornerback from Michigan. Will Campbell, offensive line, LSU. McMillan from Arizona. He's a wide receiver.
All right, so.
Oh, Warren, the tight end from Penn State.
Warren.
I like him.
I think he will be top 15.
Yeah, I don't.
Not many teams, there's a lot of good tight ends out there. So I don't think many teams need them. But they'll definitely get them for reassurance. Yeah. But I would say number 4 would have to be Travis Hunter. And number 5, I'm going to go Will Johnson, DB out of Michigan. And who's the number 5 team? Jacksonville? That's a tough pick. I don't hate that. They definitely need to get their defense up, so I think that could definitely give them a moral boost.
So this one is different. Sorry, I'm looking at the mock drafts and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
This one, Cam Ward, number 1, Abdul Carter, 2. They have Travis Hunter going 3 to the Giants.
Yeah, that could go either way.
They have Will Campbell.
Hold on. Imagine him and Neighbors lined up together.
It would be unstoppable. They need
or even in practice.
They need
Hunter
a quarterback.
Versus Neighbor. They do need a quarterback.
They need at the end of the day, they need a quarterback. So either they have before this draft, they have to figure out are they going out and signing one, or are they drafting one?
They definitely need to figure that out because you're running out of time.
Last time they drafted a quarterback was Daniel Jones. We all know that happened there. He had that amazing one season where he made it to playoffs.
And he got blown
got
out
his bag
by the Eagles.
After that game, and then died. He's making like $40 million a year as a 3rd or 4th string quarterback.
Yeah. All right, I'm interested now.
I wish I could do that.
To hear your top 5.
All right. So I got Ward going number 1. Definitely. Okay. Ward going number 1.
I like it.
This is kind of crazy, I know. But I kind of have Shadur going 2 to the Browns.
Now, for
crazy?
Me, it's not crazy.
But
I understand that so well.
The Browns don't have a quarterback. They have Jameis Winston,
right.
which Jameis is looking to leave. Myles Garrett's looking to leave, which, yes, it would make sense for Abdul Carter to pick him up, or for them to pick up Abdul Carter, but I just I feel like they need a quarterback more than they need an edge. Maybe if they get a good quarterback, they can say, "Hey, Miles, listen, we're drafting Shedeur. Would you stay for another year? We'll do a 1-year extension, and then after that, you're a free agent." Or is he a free agent, or he's just requesting a trade?
I think he's just requesting a trade. Probably has a few more.
He probably has a year or two left. Stay for another year, and then we'll reevaluate. Get a new quarterback in here. Let's see what he does. I don't think he's going to do that well, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, I'm not too big of a fan of Shedeur. I'd rather have Cam Ward.
100%. I think
there's always those steals in the draft, though. So
you're not wrong. I think 3. If they were smart, it's. I can't believe I'm saying this.
You gonna say it?
Sorry, I'm thinking. This is gonna hurt a little bit. Okay, they've going higher. Interesting. The Giants pick up Will Campbell at number 3.
Will Campbell,
offensive tackle. He's a junior from LSU.
That's not a bad pick. That is
because
understandable.
The Giants
O-line sucks.
They need to get something in there. So I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think they're gonna do it, but I'm gonna say 3 to the Giants. We're gonna go Campbell to the Giants.
That completely makes sense.
Number 4,
For me, I was just doing kind of bigger names, but there's always an offensive tackle or
going in
offensive
like
lineman
top 4
at that
there's always a lineman.
5.
Yeah.
So
sometimes 2. A lot of the time 2.
Yeah.
And then
so I don't hate that.
Yeah.
Continue.
And so that's number 3 to the Giants. 4 to the Patriots. What do they need? I think that's where Travis Hunter lands. I believe Travis Hunter lands to the Patriots.
I like that because they definitely
I hate
need
to say
receivers or DBs, so he can play both sides.
And then Abdul Carter drops to 5 to the Jaguars.
Okay, not bad.
Which
I wouldn't be surprised if he actually dropped more or went higher. It's tough.
Almost every poll I've seen, he's going number 2, which
understandable.
Understandable,
deserved.
I feel like the Browns need a quarterback rather than an edge. Giants don't need. They could use help on defense, but they have a decent defense. Patriots might be the one where he might picked up, but I don't think they're gonna let Travis Hunter drop to number 5.
I don't think so either.
If he's still on the board by 4, I would 100% agree with the Patriots grabbing Travis Hunter.
I would agree because Abdul Carter, you play defense. Hunter, if they need to,
both sides
of the ball. Patriots need a DB. They need receivers. Get him there.
Yes, totally agree. So that is our take. Anyway, let's go.
Hold on. Sorry about that.
No,
One second.
What?
Arizona State running back Cam Scadaboo. Where's he going? Me?
First round. I think he should go first round.
Really? Okay.
But every mock draft I've seen, he's out of the first round.
And I agree with that, honestly.
Really?
I think he's 2nd or 3rd to the Cowboys.
A lot of the mock drafts have Genty going 12th to the Cowboys.
Okay. I don't hate that. Obviously, I'm an Ohio State fan, so love Genty, love Henderson. Hopefully they land a good team.
Wait. You're an Ohio State fan. Genty went to Boise State.
Oh, who am I? Oh my gosh.
What are you talking about?
I'm so sorry.
Ashton Genty.
It's 2:40 in the morning.
That's fair.
I'm thinking of
the Ohio State running
Judkins.
back. Yeah.
My apologies.
I was wondering, what are you talking about? But
Genty to the Cowboys.
It makes sense.
Makes sense.
Scadaboo should definitely first round. If he drops to 2nd round, pick him up first pick 2nd round. If you're letting him drop to 2nd round, you get him for real cheap, and he's going to be a great addition at running back.
He can even throw the ball, catch the ball. Obviously,
They're
run
going
the
to have
ball.
him throwing it, but yeah.
I mean, Big 12. No, in the playoffs, he threw the ball
some, yeah.
against Texas, and he actually helped lead them to overtime.
Oh, yeah, did he throw a touchdown? He threw a touchdown.
Yep,
Oh,
big old deep ball.
That's right, he did. All right. Anyway, let's go back to our rankings. So, how do you want to do this? Do you want to go by bracket? You want to go by number? What do you think? Do you want to go down your list?
We can read our rankings first and then explain.
All right, got it. Okay,
matchups.
I'll let you go first. You're more of an expert than I am.
Alrighty. So obviously, we already went over our top 4. Number 1, Texas. 2, Penn State. 3, Miami. And 4, Iowa State. Now, 5 to 12, I have Alabama at 5. Number 6, I have Notre Dame. Now, if they were in a conference, I would believe they could be top 4. They're not, though. So, number 7, Ohio State. Could be higher, but they lost a lot of players to the draft.
Yep, I agree.
Some transfers, and lost a couple coaches along the way, so that hurts a little bit.
Okay.
Now, number 8, I have Georgia. Obviously lost.
So 8, you have Georgia.
Georgia.
Okay.
And they lost Carson Beck
to Miami,
who I have in the top 4.
Which I'm surprised by that, but
very interesting.
All right. Yeah.
Number 9, I have Oregon. Almost left them out of this. They are losing Dylan Gabriel, I believe, and their running back. What's his name?
You think Dylan Gabriel's going first round?
Tez Johnson. Gabriel's going to go first round.
Yeah. Okay.
Number 10, I have Tennessee. I believe their quarterback is staying.
The only 10 I see.
Oh, let's calm down over there, boss.
Pull your pants down. Just kidding.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Let's continue. Number 11, I have Clemson. They're
11,
still keeping
Clemson.
still keeping their quarterback, so I don't think there should be too much trouble. Now, my 5th team that wins their conference is out of the Mountain West. I have Boise State returning. They are losing Genty, but their quarterback isn't bad. He's pretty decent, and I think they can carry him over teams like UNLV and a bunch of others in there.
All right.
You want me to do my first 2 out?
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
Go for it. Let's do the first 2 teams out.
So my first 2 teams out is Arizona State. Sam Leavitt, the quarterback, is returning for another year.
Yeah.
They lost Cam Scadaboo. I don't see them going much farther.
So you have them out
At
going
13.
13. Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Now 14, I have South Carolina. They're pretty good, but I don't know.
You're saying with Belichick, you're saying that you think they're going to go 14.
South Carolina. He's on North Carolina.
He's on North Carolina, that's right.
I think
so you don't even have him even close to the 13 or 14.
Not your first year. I see you top 25, sure.
But not top 14.
15.
Yeah, top 15 now. Okay.
So, South Carolina.
Yeah.
I have there. All right.
Okay.
Go through yours.
So, my top 4 teams are I got Texas at number 1. I think they're going to have a great season. I think Archie Manning is that guy. I think he's going to...
He's the next star, dude.
He's next star. Number 2, which you have them missing, I actually have Arizona State. I think Arizona State, I know Scadaboo did amazing work there, but I think they still got it. They're losing him, yes, which, mind you, in the playoff game, was it the conference championships? Was it the championships or before the champion? I don't remember.
I saw more of him in the playoffs. That's
yeah,
about it.
100%. He played his ass off the last game he was playing, which, mind you, he carried them, whatever.
Not to mention,
but I think
Texas against Texas. That's a big task to do.
It's not.
It's all task.
Yeah. So I got Arizona 2. I got Penn State at 3. I think Penn State's going to be a good team again. I think they're going to get that 3 seed. They're going to have probably 2 losses. I have a feeling there's going to be maybe one team with one loss. Or sorry, gosh, what am I trying to say? Sorry, so late. Um, I have one team probably going undefeated, and the rest having one or two losses for the playoffs. I don't think there's going to be multiple undefeated teams. I have a feeling it's either going to be 1 or 0. I don't think anybody's going to go. There's going to be 4 undefeated teams and whatever else.
Oh no, definitely not. Not especially how the schedule is.
Yeah.
Like you have Ohio State always playing each other.
Yep.
Bunch of other matchups.
Yeah.
So
I got Penn State at 3. Then I got Clemson at 4.
Clemson at 4.
I got Clemson at 4.
That's not bad. I
They're
like
what?
that.
They're for the ACC. Yeah.
I actually had
top.
them missing out.
I got
so.
Well, I got SMH just totally missing out. Not even just barely missing. SMH is out.
I know it's late, but SMU. That's all right.
All right. My number 5 is Notre Dame. I have Notre Dame actually going best in college football. I think they are going to be the undefeated or one-loss team.
I like that.
I know they're losing their quarterback, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
I just feel like they got so close. They got to the
I think
championship.
they're losing their running back too.
Are they?
But
okay.
they do have a good backup in forget his first name, but
Yeah, you got that.
Price.
Okay.
So he's pretty good at backup.
Just they seem like such a complete team. With the new head coach, he's only been there 2 years. He's brought him all the way back to the college football playoff or college football championships.
Yeah.
I just feel like they're gonna be a good team. They're gonna be well put together. He's got to figure it out. I think it's gonna be a good culture there. They're gonna work well.
Yeah, they have a great usually a good running or receiving core, but their tight ends every year even better. And the defense always well rounded and put together very nicely. So I see them making it too.
And then I got my 6 is Oregon. I got 7 Ohio State. I think I totally agree with the number 7, like you said. They're losing their quarterback. They're losing both running backs. But I think they're still going to be a good team. Couple receivers.
Coaches, so.
But they still have that, what's his face? The freshman receiver.
Jeremiah Smith. Don't get me started on him.
He's balling. He's doing great. He's
greatest receiver in college
He's just going to be better.
Already.
He's just going to be better year after year. I think they're going to be 7. Then
definitely.
I got Alabama at 8. I think they missed a year. I think after this year, Saban's going to call them up and be like, yo, what are you doing down there? Get shit figured out. And then they're going to make the playoffs. Now,
yeah, their new coach, I believe it was the first year for him.
Yeah.
So there's always
they'll figure it out.
There's always something to learn there, and I think they.
I know a lot of top recruits transferred out when they heard Saban was retiring after he retired, which I can understand. But I think after this year, they're going to figure shit out. They're going to move on, and they're going to make the playoffs. Then I got Georgia at 9, which is a little low, but
it definitely
they're losing
sense.
back.
Of course.
They're losing probably multiple people on offense to the draft and whatever
Especially
else.
defense. They always have a
and
good defense.
They always have great defense.
You're losing a lot of well-talented, more experienced guys, and you're bringing in younger guys.
Yeah. It's always somewhat goes well, but they're going to lose a couple, whatever. Drop to 9. Then I got Tennessee. I think Tennessee is going to be the underdog that you're kind of like keeping an eye on. They do decent. And then out of nowhere, they're like, oh, wait. That's a good team. I don't think they're going to win it all, but I think that they're going to be a solid, fully put together team.
They always
are going to do
They're
well. They always are, but I feel like this year they might actually do something and not just lose in the first round like every other year.
Right. And it's interesting because I'm biased, so in my opinion, the SEC is the second best conference. I believe the Big Ten is the best, but you're in, either way, a great conference with so many outstanding teams and difficult teams to play. And you're making it. So.
You're not wrong. And then my 5th seed conference champion for the Mountain West. I believe after Ashton Genty leaving, he carried that team on his back. I mean, obviously they didn't play against the best opponents, so he kind of got some free yards, some free touchdowns, whatever the case is. But he carried that team into the playoffs. And you could tell that because once we got to the playoffs and they played Penn State, it was like
close first half.
Close first
after that.
First half, they hit a wall.
Yeah.
Genty couldn't get anything going. Nobody else was doing anything. I have them as one of my misses.
Okay.
Boise State.
So who do you have at 12?
At 12? Crazy. I wanna double check this so I have the right information. I don't want to get it wrong. I have Ole Miss. Crazy, I know. They're in what, the SEC? Ole Miss, yep. They went 10-3 this past year. They oh.
Messed
Did
up a
I
little.
miss them?
Yeah.
You could just say that. All right. Sorry. So I missed my 11. That's my fault. Oh, that's because I went about Boise. We start going on about Boise State. Boise State drops out. I got
out of the
UNLV.
Midwest. Okay.
You have Boise State making it in. I think UNLV is dropping in.
Out of the Big West or Mountain West, yes.
Yes. That's where I was going.
And that's
with
your
it.
11.
That's my 5th conference champion. That's my 11 seed.
Okay, and your 12 is Ole Miss.
12 is Ole Miss.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
I just believed Ole Miss.
So you have Miami missing it.
I have Miami missing it.
Wow.
I
That can happen, but
I'm
Carson
kind
Beck
of
coming in.
I don't know. I'm kind of regretting my decision now of picking that, but
I
even
wouldn't.
so, even if I switch Miami in for Ole Miss, I don't believe either one is getting out of the first round of the playoffs. So I don't feel like it would matter anyway.
It's definitely interesting because I believe Cam Ward is the better quarterback than Carson Beck. Carson Beck had a little bit
100%.
He had a little bit of a down year, especially towards the end. But
He's driving
I think
his
it's
Lambo.
I think it still keeps them in the running, and depending on their matchups,
Yeah.
they could
you-
make a run, could not. It's toss up. So
I know NIL deals are a big deal now in college football, and they're really impacting the different teams and who plays on where. Did you see the deal for Carson Beck?
too much money.
To come down and play in Miami.
What's interesting, he had offers from Ohio State.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Other,
All right, I didn't know
other
that.
colleges. But I believe the one reason he went to Miami, great money, sure.
Mm-hmm.
His girlfriend, one of the Cavender twins, she plays women's basketball at Miami.
That's right. So you want to go down there to be able to see her more.
I think leaving to go to a different school for a girl, you're on
Crazy.
a leash. You're on a leash badly.
Kind of cute. Anyway. That man's on all fours getting walked by a leash at that point.
Unreal.
It
Good for him
But
though. Great
mind
money.
you, he got it was $10 million to come down and play in Miami. I don't have $10 million. You don't have $10 million. I don't know anybody with $10 million that
It's
just got
1
offered.
year.
1 year.
1 year deal.
10
You
million.
make it 10 mil.
You do realize he's gonna make less in it for his rookie
In the
contract.
NFL.
If he goes
Of
to the
course.
NFL, he's gonna make less in his rookie contract the first 2 years than he made in 1 year in college. He's
crazy.
making more than I think almost every rookie in the NFL for 1 year in college.
It's crazy. Better save up because you could have down years and not be on a team ever again after the first year. It's possible.
I can't believe I can't. That's the crazy part. They're 20, 21, 22-year-old kids getting paid millions of dollars to play in the college where, 4 or 5 years ago, you couldn't make any money. I get you should be able, the school should be able to use your name as advertisement or to endorse their programs, and you should make money off of that 100%. But you shouldn't be able to offer somebody, hey, if you come play for us, we'll offer you 10, 5, 7, whatever it may be, $1 million. Sorry, I should say millions of dollars to come play for us. Obviously, it's going to sway you from going to the team either the team you're on, team you wanted to be on. Somebody offers you $7 million to come play for them. That's kind of an an okay team compared to going to another team. Yeah, you get a starting spot, but you don't get it paid as much, or you get paid a couple $100,000. They're obviously gonna go to the kind of crappy school, get paid the $7 million, and be like, "Ooh, living the high life." I feel like that's really stupid.
It's
You shouldn't be able
definitely
to buy players in the NFL.
it's
Or
definitely interesting
sorry, not in the NFL, in college.
because you have great college quarterbacks. And
Yes.
sure, NIL just started a couple years.
Yeah,
But Tim Tebow,
yeah,
Johnny Manziel,
yeah.
none of them got paid. Went on to the NFL. Obviously, one had pretty good year. The other down year for Johnny Manziel.
Great
But
college quarterbacks.
one of the
Sucky
best.
NFL.
especially Johnny Manziel, one of my
Yeah.
favorite quarterbacks of all time. Very interesting personality. But
Yeah.
it's just interesting because you could be one of the greatest quarterbacks in college, but the NFL can change you instantly money wise. And if you're getting changed by money wise in college, you're not making it to the NFL
Imagine
to
the
make
NFL.
more money.
Yeah. No.
You could turn out like Henry Ruggs in college.
Oh my god.
So
It's such a shame. He was
It's-
a great
he
receiver.
had so much potential.
He made
It was-
one mistake. His friends didn't take his keys, and look where he's at now. It's a
Right.
shame. It's a damn shame.
It is.
It
Yeah.
and you could tell when Saban made that speech about it. It hurt him. It hurt him internally.
Oh yeah.
That- To
you have-
see that happen, that fucking hurts.
You have so many people in this world that would love to be in his position, and he throws it away like it's nothing.
Yeah, he makes
Respect-
one mistake.
I have respect for the guy. Great player.
Yeah.
Decision maker, not it. So
Well,
it's
obviously he's not a great decision maker.
yeah, but
What?
I'm just saying, if you're gonna be a big time star,
Oh my god.
you gotta
Well, yeah,
have
all right.
self discipline,
That's
good
100%.
decisions.
I totally agree with that.
And his dumbass does not have such a thing. So.
Yeah, no, I agree. Anyway,
How about this? Let's get to the bracket.
let's get to the bracket. Let's go bracket.
You want me to start it off?
I'm gonna start it because
Alright.
I feel like I take forever. You go pretty quick. I don't know, and I venture off. So I got my 8 versus the 9 seed. So I got Alabama versus Georgia. I got Alabama winning it.
That's in a, that is a
Right
great
there.
first round game. That is a
That
top SEC matchup. I love it.
Yep. Well, neither one actually won the conference. Texas won the conference.
For your
I said that
predictions
right, yeah.
or last
For
year?
predictions.
Okay. Yeah,
Prediction.
yeah.
I have Texas winning the conference. Anyway. But yeah, Alabama and Georgia, that's going to be a great game. I have Alabama coming on top.
That's
Crazy.
awesome.
I know.
love it.
But
a
Georgia
great way to
doesn't
start.
have the same defense they had last year. They don't have Carson back at quarterback. I know they have the backup and they did well this year, but I think they're going to get knocked out first round again.
That's a great
Then-
way to start the first round, especially with that 8-9
100%.
matchup. I love
Yeah.
it so much.
So then we got the 5-12 matchup. I got my Notre Dame, which I have as the number 1 ranked team in college football, versus Ole Miss. Hate to say it, Ole Miss is getting knocked out. They had a great regular season, whatever. They're getting knocked out first round by Notre Dame.
I like it,
100%.
especially
That
they're
makes
losing.
sense.
They're losing Jackson Dart, who started falling off towards the end of the year. Notre Dame losing Riley Leonard at quarterback, but
They seem like a
always
more
find a
solid
way.
program. Yeah.
Always find a way.
Then for my 6 and 11 matchup, by the way, when we say numbers, that's the ranking of the team.
Yeah, not the regular season ranking.
Yeah, not
just
the regular
playoff
seed ranking
rankings.
for the playoff ranking. So the 6th seed versus the 11th seed. I got Oregon versus UNLV. I feel that's very clear. Oregon's winning that. UNLV
course.
had, they're the 5th conference champion, but they don't get a
They
first
get
round
there.
bye.
That's a great year for them.
Yeah, exactly. They haven't been there in I don't know how long they've been. They haven't
Never
been there,
did.
if not
I
ever.
didn't.
Anyway,
But you made it.
Oregon, obviously probably sweeps them. Then for my 7 seed and 10 seed matchup, I got Ohio State, Tennessee. This one was hard to choose.
It's actually interesting because this past season, that was the first round.
Was
matchup.
it really?
Ohio State,
thank
Tennessee.
you. I didn't even realize.
BTA.
Unfortunately, I have the opposite of what happened this year. I have Tennessee
Wow.
moving on.
Unbelievable.
I think.
That hurts me a lot, right?
I know it hurts you, but listen, hear me out. I got Ohio State's losing their quarterback, losing their 1 and 2 running backs. They had a great season last year. When was the last time a team that just won the conference? When was the last team that won the college football championship back-to-back years?
2021 and 22 with Georgia.
Fuck. All right. And
You can't get me with that stuff, man.
Anyway, before Georgia, when was the last time?
Definitely been a while because you had that time period with Ohio State, and then you had that time period after that where it was Alabama. And Clemson jumping back and forth.
But I don't think either one had a back-to-back.
They did not. They did not.
So that's my whole thing. I don't think Ohio State. I think they're gonna have a good year, make playoffs, but I don't think they're gonna make it past the first round. Which, mind you, getting to the playoffs, amazing as it is, you set yourself up. The good players are going to the draft. You're getting recognition. And then for that's my last matchup. I got Tennessee moving on. Let's go back up to. Do you want me to go to my second round, or you want to do your first round? I'll do this. Let me run it out because I don't. Yeah, I don't have my championship, and I want to talk to you about it. Perfect. So since I have Alabama beating Georgia, so I have Texas versus Alabama. I got Texas beating Alabama. I feel like it's Texas's year. I feel like they're going to do well, get past Alabama. Since Notre Dame beat Ole Miss, I got Notre Dame versus Clemson, which Clemson won the ACC. I got Notre Dame winning. I
see it. Yeah, I like it.
100%. They're that team that they did good in the conference, but they're not better than the top 6 teams in the college football.
Right.
Then since Oregon beat UNLV, I got Oregon beating Penn State. Crazy, I know.
Very interesting. I want to see who Oregon's quarterback will be.
Me too.
Same with Penn State, considering Drew Lamar is going to
and then
NFL.
Also the tight end, Warren, who did really well on Penn State.
Great news for Penn State, though.
I know.
Both top running backs in the NFL. Oh my gosh. In college football, both running backs are returning to Penn State.
That's right. That's right.
They will have that great backcourt for 2026.
But I think they fall short. I think they get beat by Oregon. Oregon seems to constantly have a solid team year after year.
Especially that defense.
I know. And that's where I think Penn State had a nice run. They always have a really good run, and then they go back to back when it was the 4-team playoffs. They would, finally get in, lose first round, miss it for the next couple of years, get in again, lose first round, miss the next couple of years, but they're always a solid program. I think they're going to miss again the first round, or the first time they play. It's going to be the second round of the playoffs, but I think they're going to lose against Oregon, which makes sense. It's kind of hard, but it's gonna be a good game at the end of the day. It's gonna be a good game,
definitely.
But I think Penn State's gonna lose.
I find it interesting what they do about Drew Allar leaving. Definitely some bad decisions against Notre Dame in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Drew Allar forcing the ball. So it's interesting.
Yeah. And then since Tennessee beat Ohio State, I got Arizona State versus Tennessee.
Weird matchup. Very
weird matchup. But like you said earlier, you had Arizona State missing the playoffs. I have them losing. Even though they're best in their conference, that conference is kind of anyway.
Right.
I think Tennessee beats them. So now I have Texas versus Notre Dame and Oregon versus Tennessee. This is where I'm at. I haven't decided on this. It's less about the Oregon Tennessee, more about the Texas Notre Dame game. That's where I'm at. I don't know where to pick. I'm gonna send it over to you.
And
I'm gonna let you do your
You're
picks.
stuck in the semifinals.
I'm stuck in the semifinals
Okay.
before the championship,
Alrighty.
and I don't have a winner either. So I'm not even like, oh, I think this team's gonna get past and then win it. I don't have anything. So go ahead.
All right. So my 8-9 matchup, Georgia versus Oregon. Very tough matchup. Great way to start it off, just like
Georgia,
you
Oregon.
did with your 8-9 matchup.
Yeah.
I have Georgia
Okay.
winning there.
That-
See what they do.
I could see that. I could definitely see that.
Their quarterback, when Carson Beck got hurt, he definitely
Yeah.
winning the SEC championship this past year.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Boosted him a little bit.
Yeah.
Boosted his
yeah.
confidence. Boosted everything for their team.
Program. Yeah.
Thank you.
5 versus 12. I have Alabama and
Makes sense.
Boise State.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not even close.
No, Alabama
Of
all the
course.
way. Not
Yeah,
much to talk
100%.
about there.
Boise State doesn't have Ashton Genty carrying them anymore.
I forget if Jalen Milroe is returning or not for quarterback for Alabama. I'm not too sure about that.
Yeah, that's.
I want to say he is. I could be wrong. Don't
Anyway,
quote me on that.
it's still a good program. I feel like they're gonna have somebody to step in if he is leaving. If he's not, great. If he is leaving, I feel like they got somebody to come in is going to be able to step up and make the plays happen, get them to where they need to be.
Definitely, yeah. Now 6 and 11.
Yes.
So originally I threw Ole Miss in there.
Yeah.
Then I started rethinking some things.
Yeah.
I was like, I need Clemson in there. So I have
Ooh,
Notre
yeah.
Dame, Clemson.
Notre Dame, Clemson.
Another good matchup.
Good matchup.
You're the runner-up in the college football national championships. I'm going to give you the win. You're losing guys. Clemson mainly
But-
keeping guys. But you're always...
Oh,
Yep.
I had Clemson, Notre Dame in my in the second round
Okay. Yeah.
because Notre Dame beat Ole
That's what
Miss
I had.
the 5-12.
That's what I had
Yep,
in the first.
that's right.
Yeah. So Notre Dame, Clemson, like it. Same matchup for you.
Yep.
Ohio State, Tennessee, 7 and 10.
Okay,
I try not to be biased here,
but you're gonna be biased.
but
Don't lie.
I'm
Don't
gonna
lie.
be
We know.
biased.
We know you're picking Ohio State. Don't even.
Ohio State,
Of course,
all the
yep.
way. You know,
Which, don't get me wrong, it could go either way. That it's going to be a good game. It could go either way. I have Tennessee, but I wouldn't be surprised if Ohio State beats Tennessee.
right? Like Ohio State, a lot of rumors after they lost to Michigan
Yeah.
about losing Ryan Day, their head coach. A lot of rumors. They went on. Obviously, didn't make the Big Ten championship game. Went on to the playoffs. Greatest college football playoff run in history. And they were playing with that chip on their shoulder because they knew what was at stake with coaching and players and all that. And
They had to get it done.
They had to.
And they got
And
it
they
done.
did. And
Yep. Finally.
finally,
all these
10
years of having to hear
long
you.
Years. So
Of
now we
all
wait
the years of you
probably
hoping they're
another
gonna
10
do well,
years.
and then they lose. Yep. Fair enough.
All right, second round.
Yep.
I have the SEC champions for 2025-2026 season. Texas
Yep.
against
Makes sense.
Georgia.
Yep.
Another SEC matchup there. Good matchup.
Good matchup. Who you got?
It's the Arch Manning era, dude. Give me
That's what I'm
Texas.
saying.
Give me Texas. All right. Not much to really
Yeah.
get into there. Number 4, number 5. Iowa State out of the Big 12 against Alabama.
Oh, I forgot you had Ohio State. Oh,
Iowa State.
Iowa State.
Yeah. They were a good team this year. 3 losses, I believe. Just couldn't get the job done
Fair
for
enough.
the Big 12 championship game.
Yeah.
But I could see them definitely being a good team. Obviously don't know much of their players that much, but either way, doesn't matter about a bye. You're getting kicked out of the playoffs right away. Give me Alabama.
Okay, so you have
One of the greatest programs of all time.
you have Alabama beating
Iowa State.
Iowa State. Okay,
Yes.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Now, number 3, Miami versus number 6, Notre Dame. Like I said before,
Miami, Notre Dame.
Miami's losing their quarterback.
Ward.
Now you
They're
have Carson
gaining
Beck, who was falling off end of the year. Get into the end of the year here. This is pressure. He doesn't.
I don't think he's going.
He can't comprehend that. And Notre Dame, national champion runner-up. Give me Notre Dame.
Fair enough. Makes sense.
Now, I have number 2, Penn State, against number 7, Ohio State. Big rivalry there.
That's going to be a good game.
It will be. But
I know who you're going to say.
they haven't won since 2016.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm not going to give you the win if you can't win for many years. Give me Ohio State. Not trying to be biased. But if you don't win, that makes sense. If you don't win, I'm not going to let you. Like, you're not getting credit for
exactly.
winning.
Yep.
Show me you can win.
Yeah, and I have them losing as well, so that makes sense.
All right.
So now who
you want me to do your
four?
my semifinals?
What's your semifinals? So we know.
My semifinals, I have number 1 Texas versus number 5 Alabama, another SEC matchup. And then, should I say who I have?
Yeah, go for it. Since I know you have it.
I have Texas beating Alabama.
Okay, makes sense.
Once again, Arch Manning.
Yep.
Now here we go. National championship.
Hold on, wait. You didn't do your your second semifinal.
I'm doing that now.
Oh, what?
Yeah, doing that now.
Okay, all right. Sorry.
Building the intensity.
Okay, all right. Sorry, my bad.
National championship rematch. Number 6 Notre Dame. Number 7 Ohio State.
So you have Ohio State going back. You have them going back.
Notre Dame can't beat them. They haven't. They played 3 straight
hold
years.
On. Hold on.
3 straight years. You can't beat them. Give me the Buckeyes.
So you have Texas, Ohio State championship.
Yes, sir. It's interesting. It's not as
interesting.
Hard. It's not as hard as a.
It's not that surprising.
It's not as hard as a run as Ohio State had this year.
Correct.
Hard run, Oregon, Texas, Notre Dame. Yeah. It's difficult.
But mind you,
this isn't as difficult. You're playing Penn State, Notre Dame, Tennessee, whatever. But Texas, Ohio State, another rematch for the semifinal this past year. Yeah. This time in the championship.
So who do you have winning then?
Arch Manning era. Hate to say
you got
it.
Texas winning.
Give me Texas.
Oh,
Ohio State
love that. I love that take.
Ohio State just doesn't have the confidence. I would say. I don't think.
I feel like they got the one. They're gonna ride that high, and then they're gonna hit it, and they're gonna hit a wall against Texas. Drop to Texas, which totally makes sense.
Yeah, but I don't know. I like it.
No, fair. That's a really good take.
You're really not sure about this one. Let's see.
So let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back, and then we'll do it again, and we'll talk about my Final Four, and then championship and winner, and then we'll move on from there. All right, give us 1 second. All right, and we're back. Anyway, we just had to use the little boys' room really quick. So, as you know, my top 4 are Texas versus Notre Dame, and then Oregon, Tennessee. Let's start with...
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Crazy matchup.
First matchup I love. Second matchup with Tennessee. Who did they beat in the second round?
Second round, so they beat Tennessee they beat Ohio State in the first round.
Okay.
Then they went and beat Arizona State in the second round.
Okay.
Which, unfortunately, with the way college football's set up, that conference isn't very good. I feel like the couple other conferences
the whole
are better.
realignment. It's different.
Yeah.
But
so Tennessee beating Arizona, so now it's Oregon, Tennessee. Both teams are questionable.
Definitely.
But I feel like it's Oregon's time.
I think so.
Oregon's time to get him.
I agree
Tennessee
with that.
had a great run. They were number 10 seed. Great run versus Ohio State, Arizona. Lose to Oregon in the semifinals.
I like that.
That makes sense.
One of my biggest interests is how Oregon will perform without Dylan Gabriel.
Yes.
Because I believe he is going to the draft.
Yeah.
I believe so.
I'm pretty sure he is, yeah.
If not, it's obviously Oregon, but I am very much interested in how their season's going to pan out.
There's a couple other teams that could hop in there or whatever. Obviously, both of our picks are way in advance. This is like a pre mock playoff almost.
Yeah.
Because it just ended in January.
We're what?
We're in February.
6 months away? Yeah.
Before even the start of the season. Yeah, so...
We haven't even gotten to spring games yet. So,
So we got Oregon moving on. Now is the question, Texas versus Notre Dame.
Great matchup.
Will Notre Dame pull it off and go back? Or will Texas beat Notre Dame and move on?
In my opinion...
Sorry, go ahead.
In my opinion, Notre Dame might have that 1 year, get it done, couldn't. In my opinion, I don't see them getting there, but I want to see what you say.
I'm kind of in this wheelhouse. I love Notre Dame. I wish they could get a championship. But I think it's Texas' year. I think Texas moves on.
It's Arch, dude. Everyone's riding on Arch.
I think Texas moves on. They have a solid program. I think it's their year. They move on versus Oregon. Texas beats Oregon by 2 scores. I don't think it's going to be a 1-score game. I think it's going to be.
And that's your championship, Texas beats Oregon?
Texas versus Oregon. Texas wins by at least 2 scores.
Okay, so we're both there, Yeah. Texas versus
we both agree
Big
Texas.
10 school championship. Texas comes away with it.
They've just always been a good program, and just looking at the format of all the other teams, they're losing a lot of their starting quarterbacks. A lot of them are losing their star players this past year.
I like it. I really do.
I think Texas, they're not losing as many. Yes, they're losing Ewing.
Ewer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ewers. They're losing Ewers, but they have a solid backup in Arch Manning, who is phenomenal.
Which it is interesting, losing Ewers, because
everybody was questioning that.
When he first went there, they're questioning it. He's from Ohio State.
Yes.
They're questioning him. But he had a couple great years there.
Mm-hmm.
But Texas, in my opinion, I don't want to say overhyped. I think they were placed just right, but still had that little section of being overhyped. And I think that could correspond the same way with Arch Manning. But his first year playing, when he got in, he made the most out of it. So I like it.
Good. And I think having that first year of developmental behind Ewers, behind everybody else,
and everybody having confidence,
exactly, making to the playoffs, being able to see what it's like, see how everything operates. It's totally different when you hit the playoffs compared to normal games, because half the games are kind of in conference teams that are kind of lower than 500 teams. But what I mean by 500, meaning they have a losing record, and then playing really good teams and beating a lot of good teams. I think it's going to come down to if he can play good and the rest of the team can play good, they're going to have a solid team, and I think they're going to make a run and win. I think we're both in agreement.
I like it. I like
awesome.
it a lot.
I know that, sorry for everybody that, isn't that interested in college sports, but I finally got to talk to somebody about football. Love Marco. He's a big baseball guy. He doesn't know as much.
Nothing wrong with that. Love baseball.
I'm not as well versed as he is in baseball. He knows so much in baseball. I know a lot in football. And
yeah, I know more in football than baseball, but I could definitely talk for a couple hours about some baseball. I like controversy.
We'll have to have you on with him. 100%. We'll have to have you on with him.
That'll be awesome. I would love it.
Yeah.
It'd be an honor.
We'll do that. Move on from there. Anyway, so we'll go to another football topic. The Super Bowl.
Ooh.
We got Eagles, Chiefs. Super Bowl 59. Who we got? What do we think? Who's going to be a major factor? What do we think is going to happen?
I'm going to start with major factor.
Okay.
This is not a question.
I knew what you were going to say.
Saquon.
Fuck yes.
Saquon Broccoli.
Saquon Broccoli. He's so good.
So good. And it's a shame. It's a damn shame the talent
I
was wasted in New York.
Oh my gosh,
it's a shame. But hey, you're still young.
Yes.
You're on a great team. You're on a winning team.
He has an offensive line finally.
You're getting what probably most sports fans dream of. You're getting to the Super Bowl. Whether you win or lose, great accomplishment nonetheless.
So I brought this up to Marco. I said I believe even if Saquon doesn't win, it's the greatest running back season of all time.
It's
of
up there.
All time, just because there's a lot that are very good, but his numbers, his impact, I feel like this is the greatest running back season of all time. Now, if he wins it, if they win on Sunday, so we're filming this Friday night, this is Saturday morning because it's 3:25 a.m.
February 8th.
February 8th. Tomorrow is the Super Bowl. If Saquon and the Eagles can pull it off and win, greatest running back season of all time.
I agree. I actually do agree.
I think it's going to be questionable if he doesn't win it. If he wins it, I think by far, and I don't want to say by far, but
there are a couple topics I do want to bring up.
What?
After
okay.
I'll get into that after we talk about who'll win.
Okay.
What we think will happen.
All right. When it comes down to factors in the game, I believe Saquon's going to be a big one, and I believe Patrick Mahomes is going to be the other one on the Chiefs side.
Yeah.
I don't want to be. We're both.
You know
Eagles
what
fans.
I think?
What?
I think the refs are a big factor in this one. Definitely. I mean, you're going up against Kermit.
You got the refs in his pocket.
A lot of green in there.
There was a report about a bunch of refs are under review and are like suspended temporarily because of the Chiefs owner's wife was paying them.
Yeah.
And they're looking into it. Mind you, we don't know if the claims are true. Nothing else has come out, but
I wouldn't be surprised.
Exactly.
Not surprised one bit.
The bad part is, if it didn't happen, it looks so bad because the refs are missing so many calls. They're missing so many calls.
Dude, they're not
calling
missing
so
it.
many extra
They're
calls.
not mixing it. They are seeing it
And
plain
ignoring it.
daylight. Don't give a damn about it.
Okay.
So, anyway.
Yeah.
Who you got winning?
Winning Eagles.
For the Eagles.
I'm going to put some money on it.
Yeah, I have an interesting bet I will not be getting into.
Oh.
But
right.
obviously off podcast you will see it.
Yeah. I have.
It's interesting.
There's I think it's DraftKings. If you do a like $5 bet, you get $200 in bonus money for bets.
Yeah. I'm on ESPN Bet.
Okay.
And we'll get more into it off.
Fair enough. No, fair enough.
Stream, but
and so I'm very, very tempted in going in, signing on to DraftKings, getting the deals, putting a $5 bet in tomorrow, getting the 200 bonus bet, putting it all on the Eagles. Okay. I kind of want to do that. I probably will do that tomorrow.
I like it. I mean,
you
got to bet. Come on.
Yeah, I am so doing bad. Yeah. I got to say, Saquon anytime touchdown, Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown.
Speaking of Saquon.
What?
Here's my thing for the game.
Okay, hold on. Before you do that, who you got winning? Just so we're clear. I know you're a Browns fan who hasn't
definitely cheering for the Eagles. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna go with the Eagles, but I will not be surprised if the Chiefs win, considering the NFL might try to make them the first team to three-peat ever. I wouldn't be surprised there. But on the other hand, the factor of the game, Saquon Barkley. It's his birthday.
Did you see him and it's not Blankenship, it's the other white boy.
Cooper DeJean.
Both of their birthdays are the 9th of February on Sunday. Both of them.
Coop.
Yep.
Okay.
Coop and
love DeJean.
Saquon.
Love him.
Dude,
Eagles are winning.
I am beyond words with it. Sometimes I think about it and I want to cry. It's making me so excited, so happy for them after what Saquon had to go through at the Giants organization.
It's definitely exciting for them, especially Cooper DeJean, very young player, very young star, a lot ahead of him.
100%, yeah. But I want Saquon to just prove the Giants wrong. I love that clip of the Hard Knocks clip of the Giants management being like, if Saquon goes to the Eagles, I'm gonna have a hard time sleeping.
Oh yeah.
Number one. He's having an all-time season for a running back. Number one. Number two, he made it to the Super Bowl first year off of their team because I hate to say it, because of him. He's one of the main factors of that.
Definitely. So I'd like to say
I want them to win. To shove it in their face and be like, "Fuck you! Look, you didn't want to pay him. Look what you did to this amazing running back."
I guess you could
deserve
say
the worst.
The Giants managers are
stupid,
having a hard time sleeping. So now, another thing is Jalen Hurts.
All right, I see a lot
of people like him.
A lot of people don't.
I am not one of them.
Oh, explain.
Decent quarterback. I'd say more of a Lamar Jackson. You can run, sure. You don't run as much when you throw the ball. Sometimes it's good. A lot of the time it's somewhere else that I can't even picture. Great quarterback, though.
So are you saying he's a Lamar Jackson and he either runs a whole bunch or he throws a whole bunch? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. I think he needs more practice throwing the ball. Running, so what? I run. It's easy. Let's try throwing the ball. Let's try throwing the ball with accuracy. Maybe you'll win the Super Bowl.
Though the couple of games that everybody was criticizing him on his passing, he then the next game goes and throws for like 300 yards and is like,
yeah, his passing
is that what you want to see?
That's what I want to see.
All right. The thing is, he's better used if he's used properly for his passing and then properly for his running ability. Just like Lamar, he has that ability to, if the pocket collapses, he's got to move. He can move, no doubt about it.
It's a great ability to have. Get out of pressure.
Yes.
Make a play. But if you're under pressure and you're running, you got to be able to throw on the run. And he's not the greatest with it.
They got to utilize AJ and Devontae Smith.
They have to, especially AJ. He had a great Super Bowl against the Chiefs a couple years ago.
Yep.
Hurts great passing that game too.
Yep.
We will definitely see how that pans out. So
I think it's going to come down to, like you just said, last Super Bowl 2 years ago when they versed the Chiefs. Yes, I know everybody hates that it's the Eagles Chiefs. Well, fuck you. No other teams could beat them. Suck it up. Move on. Anyway, you got Jalen. If he can get the ball out, he holds on to it a little too long sometimes.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, Washington game, he did good. He was throwing it away when the pocket was collapsing. He didn't have anybody open. He didn't have a lane to run. He threw it away. He didn't take the sack. He had a problem with taking the sack too much this year, I noticed. Playoffs, he did fix that up a little bit. If he can utilize A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith as well as Saquon run down their throat, I think it's sealed. There shouldn't be an issue. Great quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. He does not have the weapons like the Eagles' offense have. They have Pacheco, who has kind of been ever since his injury.
Yeah.
He was out for most of the season.
Now they have Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt's running a lot.
He's been running a lot. He's also been kicking a lot. But that's
beside
the point.
If anyone is interested in betting, Kareem Hunt anytime touchdown is not a bad play. He scored a touchdown in every single playoff game he has been in This is his first Super Bowl. So, definitely something to keep an eye on there.
Okay.
Maybe both running backs getting in.
Maybe that's a good play. Do anytime touchdown for Saquon and Hunt. But I hate to say it, Jalen Hurts is almost a guarantee touchdown. We are not betting professionals. We do not know. We are not professionals.
I've bet for probably close to 2 years. Guess how much I've won? Yep, nothing. So,
but the Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown between the tush push, a designed run with in the red zone or whatever to be, or the pot collapses, he's got a lane to run. He's running that shit.
if you're at the 1 yard line, you would expect them to do the tush push. Pick wisely, though, because they will either run the ball with Saquon or Hurts is taking it in. So if you
they're
pick
on the one
someone to
line,
score, pick the correct one.
If they're on the 1 yard line, they're automatically doing the tush push. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it's coming. Nobody can stop it.
Yeah.
You got the Washington trying to jump off sides on them.
I was about to bring that up. Yeah.
Sorry. What's your point about the Washington? Them trying to stop it. How do you feel about them saying if they keep doing this, they're just going to award the touchdown?
I like it. Give them the touchdown.
Okay.
But I don't know what. I don't even know who it was. He just kept diving over top.
Devu.
There was no need.
Something. Yeah. What, 3 times jump? 3 times jumping, I think?
3. Yeah.
You can't keep jumping offside because you go half the distance to the goal line. You're 4 inches from the goal line. You can't go any closer. I brought this up to Marco. It's on the podcast. It's on another episode about what to do against touch push. Load the line. The whole point is you're pushing force against force. No teams have done this and have beat the tush push because they go force on force. They load the defensive line just like the Eagles load the offensive line, and you just push. It sucks, yes, but you can't try to outsmart it. You know what's going to happen. You just have to play against it.
Now,
you have to use force against it.
I'm going to bring out my football knowledge here.
Okay.
And some wannabe coaching
Okay.
here. So everyone lines up on defense on the line to stop this tush push. You're lined up in tush push. You snap that ball. Obviously, you have your 2 running backs behind Hurts to push them. You send Saquon, who's on the left, I believe, or right, either way. You send him to that side. So if he's on the left, you send him to the left. He's on the right, you send him to the right. You get that ball, you toss it to him. No one's on the outside.
They did that.
And it is an interesting way to pick up at least a first down. With Saquon, you're probably picking up
more.
A bunch more. So
they did that. Was it last year or this year? They did the fake tush push where they did the tush push.
I think it was
stopped, threw it to the tight end of the side, got either the touchdown or first down, whatever it was. A lot of people said we shouldn't have done that early. It was like game 2 of the season that they did it.
I don't care how early, how late it is. I'd rather them do it early in the season than late. You pull it out now.
Try it out.
Sometimes they expect it. Sometimes they don't. Most of the time now, later in the season, they don't because you pulled it out once. Now you unexpectedly pull it out in the Super Bowl. Helps the team big time.
You got to do something.
Win a Super Bowl.
Yep.
So
I agree.
I don't care. Trick plays are part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Deal with it. Cover it. Find a way to stop it. You can't. That's on you.
Yeah.
So
you know it's coming. Teams should. I hate to say it. If you're playing the Eagles, the week of the Eagles game, you gotta prepare for the tush push. You know it's coming. You have to make a plan against it. You can't just say, "Oh, well, we'll figure it out at the game, at that play." You have to have a plan.
Right.
Now, probably teams do that, but
my opinion, I would say you probably put your 2 corners outside just in case they do that flip. And then you'll bring your safety and linebackers up with the D line up the middle, and just at that point it's just muscle. So
Yep.
either you're getting a stop or you're getting weight roomed. So figure it out because you got a day. So
All right. So we talked about the Super Bowl. We talked about college football. Let's move on to, unfortunately, a different sport.
the
I don't want to say unfortunately,
greatest,
but some people don't want to hear
the
about
greatest playoff
What?
bracket in sports history, less than a month away. What
And
we
if you
got?
get it 100% correct, you get $1 billion.
A lot of money. What is that?
College basketball March Madness.
There it is. Love it.
All right. I don't know much about March Madness. It's
Me neither.
so crazy. I know
It's a
we
guessing
kind of
game,
follow
dude.
it, we kind of don't. We're just gonna go. Who do we think is gonna win it? We're just gonna say who do we think we're gonna win it, because to try to break that down, we already broke down the entire college playoff, and that was 12 teams.
And that was
Basketball
long.
pl-
This is 64 teams.
This is 6 and 4. We're not doing that. Screw
no,
that.
No.
So who do you have winning it?
So
Just,
in college basketball, because I don't really keep up. So obviously I like Ohio State there too. They're not looking the best.
No.
So
It
I
doesn't-
am.
Ohio State. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Ohio State isn't in the top 25, by the way, rankings right now.
Right.
No, we're in the beginning of February. We have to March Madness is until March, obviously,
Yeah.
but Ohio State is not in the top 25.
Which they could still win the Big Ten because they have their whole conference.
Correct.
It's not a conference championship. It's a whole conference bracket they have.
Yeah.
For college basketball.
Yes. Yep.
But I am a big fan of Auburn and Duke. I love Auburn. I love Duke.
So you got the 1 and 2 teams right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Some other teams I love watching. It's college basketball. I don't really watch.
Fair enough.
I'm like a girl.
watch a game every
I'm
once
like
in a
a girl with colors. All right. I love Tennessee. I love Florida. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Kentucky. They're all up there. Either way.
All right.
I think.
Bring your mouth a little bit closer, Mike.
Oh, yep.
You're venturing off.
It's a very interesting topic because it could go so many ways. You have 64 teams, so many upsets, so many Cinderella teams. It's like Loyola Chicago in 2018.
That's right. Yep.
Great, one of the best runs I've ever
Yep.
seen. Same with North Carolina State. I think it was last year. But in my opinion, it's the number one team in the country right now. They're absolutely balling. So give me the Auburn Tigers.
You got Auburn going?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right.
Not much to really talk about there.
Yeah,
'cause
really.
it's
They're
not-
the
it's
number
not
one
our
team
topic.
right now.
It's not our topic.
Yeah.
so.
They're number one team. Obviously, there's upsets. Most of the time, this 16 seed doesn't beat the number one seed. It happened, once or twice in 160 some games.
Yeah,
Most likely, they're
it's-
not losing first round anyway.
I don't know. Talking about this topic, it's kind of like soccer. I have no clue.
Fair enough. Yeah. No, I get what
Until
you
I
mean.
get there. Like, real quick.
Yeah.
Do you make any brackets for March Madness?
No.
You haven't. Okay.
I might have done one in like 6th grade,
Okay.
but that's it. And that was
Yeah.
just because it was a part of math class. I don't know why. I think our teacher was big into
I was
March
there in
Madness,
3rd
yeah.
grade, so. But I'm a freak when it comes to that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Because when you go on the bracket, they give you information, like good
Yeah.
teams they beat,
Yeah.
lost to, stuff like that. So I'll have my one email. I'll be on like my school email.
Yeah.
I'll make 25 brackets, the most you can make on ESPN. I'll go to my personal email and I'll make 25 more.
Wow.
I'm addicted.
Wow.
addicted.
Wow.
It's like free sports betting pretty much.
Yeah, fair enough. Because if you get it right, 100%, you get $1 billion.
Yeah.
You're set.
It's-
I understand.
It's very much impossible.
Yeah.
But
Now,
it's something fun.
So
It's a nice
you have
little
Auburn.
thing.
I have. I'm impelled to say Duke.
Okay, so the
I
one
like
so
Duke. I like how they've been playing.
Duke's good. They have that really good I forget his name.
Oh, they have
Cooper Flag.
Cooper Flag. Yes.
Top. I think he's like the number one prospect. I want to say.
100%. Yes, he
But
is.
great
I
player.
like Duke just because when they're home, they're 13-0. When they're away, they're 7-0. They have a 20-2 record. I just like how they're playing. I like everything about them. They look good. Or I hate to
Sounds
say
like
it,
they
I
might
like
need some
Tennessee.
fans showing up to March Madness for them. So.
I like Tennessee as well. Tennessee is 19-4. They're the number 4 ranked team.
Okay.
They're 13-1 at home. They are 3-3 away. Not the greatest away, but most of the time it's rare even a 1 seed wins it. So I don't want to put Duke because I think Duke's going to be a 1 seed when it comes to the bracket.
Yeah.
But I like Tennessee.
I could see Houston up there too.
Houston's pretty good.
They're usually a really good team. So.
But they haven't won it in a while. They always fall short slightly.
Yeah. And it's usually coming in like the Sweet 16.
Yes.
They usually
Elite
fall,
8, that area.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got that out of the way.
Short little topic there.
So I have an idea for an app when it comes to March Madness bracket. My idea was you get an app. Everybody that does a bracket gets on there. There's an algorithm for the bracket, so you can make your 25 brackets per person. It automatically analyzes every single bracket everybody makes, and it makes sure each bracket is off by 1, so nobody has the same bracket ever. I feel like that is the closest way you're gonna find for somebody to finally win the
I like it because there's a lot of people that tie.
Yeah.
And sometimes have the same pick.
Exactly.
Or sometimes just have the same amount of points for getting some
exactly
stuff correct or wrong.
Where if you use an algorithm and each person that makes a bracket, it's 1 off.
I'll tell you what.
It's 1 off in every single one. Then everybody that's making 25 brackets, it was like 1 in like, say, I don't know the exact, but some many billion.
Right.
There's 7 billion people on the planet. Obviously, not everybody's doing it. But if you do a lot of people are doing 25 brackets. If you do 25 brackets, right there, you're making up a lot of that room.
Yeah.
You're more likely to get it to happen than not.
Right.
If everybody's bracket is slightly off, rather than everybody picking, the favorites and whatever, I feel like that's your best chance in order for somebody to finally win.
I'll tell you what.
Get a perfect bracket.
If that happens, when the bracket comes out on Selection Sunday,
yeah,
you got to be one of the first people there.
Well, yeah.
You got to be there to get the picks that you want in. Because if you don't, you can't match with someone else.
Yeah.
So.
And well, that's where the thing is.
That would definitely be an interesting app. So.
Because every bracket would have to be 1 off of each other.
Yeah.
And it's like 1 in a couple billion or whatever it might be. And being able to make 25, if you have every bracket 1 off of each other, that's your more than likely way of getting a perfect bracket compared to not getting a perfect bracket. Like, it's happened every year.
Yeah.
But that's just an idea. I don't know how to make money. I don't know if you run like an ad on it or whatever, and then everybody sees the ad and then you get revenue, whatever. But
making an app,
not a
I guess
fun
investing in it too, but like billboards or promotions, it costs money, and if no one gets it, it's a risk.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah,
some financial awareness to be aware of there.
Exactly. You don't know if everybody's going to jump on it, or if they're just going to do what they normally do, or whatever the case may be.
Right.
So, I totally
definitely would be
saying.
interesting though. So
no, 100%. So we'll move from college basketball to the NBA.
Okay.
A couple things we both know what just happened: the big AD and Luka trade.
Oh my God!
Was it a good deal or not?
For the Lakers?
Or who won that trade. I think we both have the same opinion on who won it, but I want to see what you think on, was it a good trade? Was it not? And then go from there.
There were other players involved in this trade to the Mavericks.
Yes.
Your big people, though, Luka and Anthony Davis.
Yes.
It's not a question. The Lakers needed someone to take that ball up court that wasn't the GOAT. Debatable there. LeBron,
what?
LeBron,
what?
MJ, whatever.
You're telling me the GOAT is MJ is what you're trying to say?
No. I'm saying LeBron is the GOAT.
Okay. All right.
But I'm just saying it's debatable with other people.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I thought you were freaking out because you thought MJ was the GOAT.
No.
Okay.
No,
Glad we're on the same page there.
It's
all right.
He's been playing for too goddamn long.
This would have been going on for
another
hour, 2 hours. Yeah. All right. Lakers needed someone though, and I think they got a big piece of that offense. Obviously, they had Russell Westbrook at one point, out of his prime. That didn't work. Other people. So I think the Lakers won this trade.
Yes,
Anthony Davis.
He's what, 31 now?
Yeah, he's reaching close to
the end of his prime.
And I don't even know who the Mavs are gonna have taking the ball up court now.
Well, you got Kyrie. You got
that's true. There's also Klay Thompson.
And now you have Anthony Davis.
Okay, so that's not as bad for the Mavs.
No,
but obviously Lakers are still stacked all around with a bunch of young talent.
Yes.
Like Austin Reeves, all that good stuff. But
I think there's a Williams on there now. They traded for him.
Who is?
On the Lakers, a Williams. I don't know his first name.
Okay.
I think he's either a big or a fourth.
But yeah, I definitely would take the Lakers.
Yeah,
to win that trade. What's your opinion on this?
It could. I don't want to say it could go either way. It's really the Lakers want it. You got Anthony Davis, who is 31 years old, coming out of his prime. He's still a very good player, but
he's not going to be any like Dirk Nowitzki.
Obviously. And then you got Luka, who is I want to say the Mavericks are stupid for trading him. There's no reason. Multiple people have stated, I would never trade him. I would never get rid of him or anything like that. He's a franchise player. He's not going anywhere. And then you see this happen. Stupid mistake. They were in the finals last year because of Luka, and now you go and trade him away to the Lakers.
It's definitely something.
I don't want to say it's one-sided, but it's one-sided.
But
I don't know.
So from there, you have LeBron, Luka. You have Kyrie and Klay Thompson.
Yep.
You have Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown for the Celtics.
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
Who does Curry have? He has Jimmy Butler now.
Oh, did Butler finally go to?
He is on the Warriors now. So
that's good.
Curry has someone now.
Finally.
Obviously, he had Draymond Green, had Clay for a bunch of years.
Do not throw
but
Draymond in that.
Green is not a playmaker. Defense, whatever. I don't care.
He's a washed.
I don't care about defense. You're
old all-star.
Yeah. But now you still have great talent with Jimmy Butler. And I'm excited to see how he plays because he could finally get a ring himself.
In the Heat, yeah.
Especially playing his ass off. Who was it again? Was it against?
It was against the Lakers when the Lakers won.
And this was
finals.
in the bubble.
In the bubble, yeah.
2020 COVID year. Wow.
I know, right?
Time flies, dude.
Yeah. After seeing how Jimmy Butler stated that he was losing the love of basketball and he couldn't find it in Miami, that he felt he needed to leave, I was like, all right, where is he going to go? Where is going to be the best fit?
That's the best fit in my
Makes
opinion.
100% sense. Curry needed somebody. Especially
after losing Jordan Poole, who had sensational year and then a down year. You get rid of him.
Blame
Eventually,
Draymond.
yeah. Eventually, you bring in Jimmy Butler. Huge upgrade there.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah,
Props
well, yeah.
off to who is Warriors head coach? Is it still Steve Kerr?
Yeah, Steve Kerr is still there.
Really?
Yep.
Unbelievable.
They're not getting rid of him after what he did.
Wow.
Curry has what, 4 rings with him?
2015, 2017, 2018.
And 22.
Against the Celtics.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's 4. They're not getting rid of him anytime soon. It's one of those people that have like concrete job. They're not worried about it. I'm very glad Curry finally has somebody to join him, and so it's not all on him. But did you see Curry has not had a very good year this year? He's actually going downhill.
Yeah, but I think that also has stuff to do with the
team.
teammates and the
Okay.
chemistry there. Like right now, they're ranked 11th in the West. They're below 500, 25 and 26. But I think I believe they're still in that the play-in tournament for playoffs.
Okay.
Obviously, that's a couple months away.
Yeah,
but
you got some time.
You have time to get that up, especially bringing in a new star
Yes.
to Golden
Yep.
State. So I think they can definitely get back into that race.
Do they make the playoffs? Do the Golden State Warriors make the playoffs this year?
Yes,
Okay.
they will. Ahead of them right now by the same record is the Kings, who really only have Zach LaVine. They just got out of free agency or trade.
They don't have Fox anymore.
Yeah, so I think Warriors could slip in there ahead of them. Also, the Suns, Mavericks. Mavericks might take that down year now.
We'll see. It's a solid team. Suns, I can't believe they're having a down year.
I don't understand it. You have Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant. It's actually mind blowing. Cavs in the East, number 1.
Love the Cavs.
Looking
they're balling.
very
they're
great.
They're doing their thing. They're doing great.
Only basketball game I've been to was Cavs
course.
game. So
Of course it was.
wow. I'm looking at these rankings. Something shocking.
What?
Obviously, Celtics at 2.
Yep.
Makes sense. Number 3, the New York Knicks.
Yes. Well, Jalen Brunson, all of them. They have Cat up there. They have Brunson. They have
Really, Karl Anthony Towns?
Yeah, last year. Remember, he got
I
traded
forgot
or
about that.
signed up there. Yep.
Wow, shows how much I
They
care about
got rid of
basketball.
Cat instead of Gobert. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Number 4, Pacers. It's
That's
shocking,
surprising,
but not too
but-
shocking. They have Halliburton.
Halliburton's
Great
there.
young player.
Yes.
Bucks at 5 is a little interesting. You have Giannis, Damian Lillard.
I'm surprised. Now, they won it with Damian, right? Or no?
No,
No,
they
they
won
haven't
in
won with-
2021 when it was
Yes.
just about just Giannis.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite NBA finals to watch. That was awesome. Here's where I'm very much
Okay.
confused.
Throw it.
Number 6. Let you take a drink of your water here because this is
What is
outrageous. Detroit Pistons at number 6.
What?
Who last year finished
What? Wait. Did you just say the Pistons?
Yeah, who last year finished 14 and 68.
What?
Last in the East.
The Pistons are number 6?
Yes.
They have a playoff spot?
Yes. At the moment, many games to be played.
What's the record?
26 and 26. So they're right at that 500
They're
margin.
at the 500 mark. What?
Just the Heat behind them, Magic, Hawks, Bulls. And then you really get to this team, say our team, I guess, that
Yeah, I know.
what a great year they're having, right?
It is
Number
so bad.
11, 76ers, 20 and 31, well below 500.
What is happening?
I'll tell you one word. One word. One
Yep.
name.
Yep.
Embiid.
Yep.
Injuries.
Get rid of him.
Trade him.
He doesn't want to play. That's the problem. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to play. He gets a little, oh my knee or my elbow kind of hurts now, so I'm gonna sit out this game again.
Every other game, if not every game, and it's so
ridiculous,
annoying, because now you're just wasting our time.
He doesn't want to play, and then he complains about his teammates, but then he doesn't play. What do you want your teammates to do if you're not playing every game, if not almost every game?
Yeah.
I get you sit out some games, but it's ridiculous.
Like, you have a good team around you, dude. Like, you have Tyrese Maxey at point. You have Paul George, I believe.
Probably at the 3.
Yeah, I believe a small forward. The rest, I think it's a bunch of nobodies, pretty much.
They have, do they still have the guy we picked over Jimmy Butler?
Tobias Harris?
Yeah.
He's on Detroit. So he was on Detroit, went to the Sixers, back to Detroit.
Oh.
And they're somewhat
doing good. Oh, we have Van Vliet. Van Vliet?
I could care less. I could care less about Fred Van Vliet.
There's somebody else, an old head that we have, another one. Not an old head. Isn't there somebody else that we have?
There's the young, pretty good rookie, Jared McCain.
Who's hurt.
Yeah.
That's a shame. That was a damn shame.
We have Kelly Oubre Jr.
Kelly Oubre, yeah.
One of the, I guess, most attractive guys in the NBA.
Right. He used to be and then kind of fell off, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Here's an old head, Kyle Lowry.
That's who. Kyle Lowry. That's who I'm thinking
Andre
of.
Drummond, he used to be pretty
We have Andre
decent.
Drummond? What?
Yeah.
What?
Which I guess he's usually filling in for
Embiid, yeah, because Embiid doesn't play.
bitch. But yeah, that's
Oh my lord.
interesting.
So who do you have the winning then? The finals. Out of all the teams. Who you got winning?
Out of the East,
Okay, we'll do top 2, the East and West, and then who
so
do you
the
have winning?
Eastern Conference Final and then Western Conference Final.
Yes, yep.
Okay. Eastern Conference Final. I hate doing this, but it really only makes sense to me. I have number 1 Cavs.
Cavs
and
making it out,
number
okay.
2 Celtics. Cavs are about 6 games ahead of the Celtics at 2, so they should be able to keep
they're
going
doing really
and
well,
take that
too.
1 seed.
Yeah.
I have Cavs Celtics. And then looking like the best team in the NBA right now, number 1
Thunder.
Out of the West.
I agree.
With that Luka trade, I'm going to take number 5 Lakers.
When it going to the finals, you're saying?
Yeah, I forget how the rankings are set up in the playoffs, so they might meet in the semifinals before the conference finals. But
That makes sense.
if something like switches up, obviously, I think it could be those 2.
Yeah.
Now, this is crazy. Get ready for this.
Okay.
All right. Cavs move on to the finals to play LeBron and the Lakers. Little homecoming in the finals for LeBron once again.
Yep, I could see that.
Bronny James maybe being on the
Finally
rosters,
getting back.
not G League. So
I could see that.
I like it.
I gotta say my top 2 teams.
I would love though if the Warriors can make a run. As much as it was a pain for so many years in a row, I think of 4 Cavs Warriors. I would love to see it again. Just nostalgic, dude.
Yeah, really. But I don't think they're gonna make it. They don't have the weapons and the people to do it.
Yeah.
I gotta say my Eastern Conference. I got either the Knicks or the Cavs.
The Knicks.
The Knicks or the
That's
Cavs.
interesting.
Knicks are doing amazing things up there. I think though the Cavs.
Okay.
Cavs have a lot of young stars.
All right, so we're on the same page.
Yep,
with that. I
Cavs
like it.
going. But I got the Thunder making it. So both number 1 teams. I
So
think
who do you have the Thunder playing in the Eastern Conference or Western Conference final?
either the Nuggets or the Lakers.
Okay.
I think it's going to come down to.
I like that.
But I think the Thunder is going to be either one, either the Lakers or the Nuggets. I think Jokic is going to go back. I don't think their team's good, but I don't think they're complete. I think the Thunder are more than they've been together for a while. They know what they're doing. They're ready to go. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say both one seeds, Thunder versus the Cavs,
I like it.
and then
I
you
really
got
do.
winning. I know you said Lakers, Cavs. Who do you have winning? You got LeBron winning, getting a final ring, and then retiring, or you got Cavs coming in, very good young team coming in and beating the King.
LeBron has 4 rings.
Yes.
Luka has none. But one of my favorite NBA players,
Yep.
Donovan Mitchell on the Cavs,
Yes.
went through so much pain with the Jazz.
That was
I'm gonna take the Cavs here.
You got the Cavs.
I do. And win or lose for LeBron, he's got more years left on him.
You're not wrong. I hate to say it.
And I think that following year, make some adjustments, do some movement in free agency.
Makes it, and wins it
Luka,
next year.
LeBron will
I agree.
get that ring again. And
I
then
agree with that.
maybe from there you hand the torch to Bronny, call it a career
will see.
for LeBron. But we
Okay.
will see.
I'm gonna go the opposite of you. I'm gonna say, even though I have the Cavs, Thunder, I'm saying Thunder wins it, makes it out. Finally, Thunder brings one home.
Dude, SGA.
Love it. I love him and the young team behind him. Between, is it Chet?
Chet Holmgren.
Yep.
Holmgren,
Love
something.
Chet. Love the people around them. I think that's going to be a great team. I think they got it. I think they got it this year. Mr. Consistent and SGA. Just amazing team overall.
I like it. Should be a good rest of the year.
I agree.
Spring, definitely a great sports season.
Yes.
A lot of basketball.
Yeah.
But what about this?
Yeah.
Start of the MLB season. Not going to get too much into it because we could definitely get into it with Marco.
With Marco. Yeah, we'll save that for Marco. Yeah.
But I'm excited for that. Love some early baseball.
Yeah.
Great weather for it. Going to games.
Yes.
Just a great atmosphere, great feeling. So
Before we give our picks for that, let's use the bathroom and then we'll wrap it up.
all right.
All right, give us 1 second. All right, and we're back. Sorry about that. So you mentioned about top prospects or top impact makers of the MLB. But we talked about almost every sport now. So let's talk about a little bit of MLB. We'll save most of it for Marco because Marco knows a lot about it.
Do we want to get into World Series, or you want to hold off on that for Marco?
We talked about World Series before, so I'd love to get your opinion on the World Series.
All right.
We'll do World Series and who you think big names or in the sport. Like, you know what I mean? Like possible MVP contenders.
All right. Let me hear what your World Series was all about.
I'd say it. Marco loves the Mets, but I do like the Mets. I'd love to see the Mets in the World Series.
Really?
Maybe versus either the Dodgers.
In the World Series?
Probably, yeah. Do a Mets Dodgers. I know it was
They're both NL.
Yeah. Are they both?
They're both NL teams.
I'm just retarded. Sorry. So I guess Dodgers Mets for the conference finals. Mets finally beat the Dodgers, and then when it comes to the other side, I don't. Yankees would be cool just because Soto just signed with the Mets.
Right. Plus, that's a big New York rivalry there.
Yeah, New York versus New York, city versus city.
Almost had that this year.
Yeah, I know. It
Past-
was so close, but that would be cool to see. Or I'm trying to think. I'm not very familiar with the other side. It's not the AFC. It's the
NL. Or
NL.
AL.
AL. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not very. What do you think? What do you think?
So,
Drawing a blank.
losing. Here's my opinion on this.
All right, let's see.
In the NL, obviously, I like the Phillies.
Yeah. I don't think they're at a spot unless they really revamp the entire team. I don't think they're in a spot to make it to the World Series again.
Right.
They'll probably make the playoffs like they have been doing, but they'll lose first or second round again.
My top 3 teams though for the NL
Okay.
would be Phillies, Braves, and Dodgers. Dodgers coming off of their World Series win.
Why the Braves?
Braves are always up and down, dude.
That's fair.
Usually in there. Not the greatest this year.
But did you see the Mets? Did you see who they picked up? Soto. They re-signed Alonso.
They did,
They
but
already
Soto,
have a solid team.
Soto's playing for money. He's not playing to win. I don't see much change there.
Yeah, I got you.
So, with the Dodgers coming off of their win, I do want to switch it up a little bit. As much as I hate them, I would go Braves for the NL.
You think Braves are making it? Wow. All right.
Yeah. Next up for the AL, there's some
AL's kinda
teams. There's some teams. Yankees definitely up there. They did lose Soto. You still have Judge, who's one of
course.
my favorite players. Great impact player.
Yeah.
And then also another one of my favorite teams, the Cleveland Indians.
You mean the Guardians?
Yeah.
That whole situation is how they have to change. A bunch of teams are changing names because
I'll never get over
affiliations
that.
and whatnot, which I get.
I was raised
Yeah.
saying the Indians. I will continue to
Okay.
say the Indians.
All right.
so.
Fair enough. No, fair enough.
No hate comments.
Yeah.
But it's just my perspective on it.
Yep.
A lot of people hate the Astros. Me, I'm a big fan of them. I don't care if they beat the Phillies in the World Series. I don't care if they cheated. I love the players they have.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of them. So, the Indians having a great past season, losing to the Yankees in the
Finals.
I want
conference finals.
I want to say the AL championship. Yeah.
Yep.
But the Astros, I think they're gonna make something happen. I think they lost Kyle Tucker, one of their good hitters. They
Yeah.
still have Yordan Alvarez, but this Indians team, very young team, very composed team. I'm gonna go with the Indians to make it to play the Braves.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I want to take the Indians. Obviously, I'll be cheering for them.
Yeah.
But
They had a good team this past year.
yeah,
I was hoping they could beat the Yankees and make it to the World Series, but unfortunately they didn't.
yeah. So it would be nice to see them win. They haven't won in a lot of years, but I think that Braves team, especially with Acuna, who's another big name, impact player in MLB.
Yeah.
I would personally go with the Braves there. So, especially with the Phillies, probably not going to have.
You're talking about the Phillies.
So, the Phillies probably not going to have their best year,
Yeah.
which I think would give either the Mets or the Braves the division. I would take the Braves, so they would have their path to the playoff, and I think they would be pretty much untouchable there. So
you think the Braves are coming out, not the Mets?
yeah, so I think Braves will beat the Indians in the World Series.
And the Braves win. Wow.
Yeah,
That's a hot take.
yeah, but you can't really go wrong with Acuna. Great player.
You're not wrong.
Both sides of the ball.
You're not
defense,
wrong.
Hitting. So
You're not wrong there. But I think that will do it for today.
think so.
We've been doing this for almost 2 hours today. Probably one of our longer episodes. But I'm very glad you came on and you agreed to joining.
I'm very excited. It was a great experience.
That was a lot of fun.
It's an honor.
I know it's real late. I'm getting tired, dude.
Yeah, dude. But I mean, time flies. Having a good conversation about stuff we love, and you've been talking about doing this for years. So or months. I don't even know. I'm so tired.
Yeah,
But
it's been a while.
Being able to get on it for a couple hours an episode and hopefully more in the future.
100%.
Hopefully with the other star of the show, Marka.
Yeah.
I think it would definitely be a good time, just like tonight was. So
Yeah.
appreciate it.
No, of course. I'm glad you came on. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us. Make sure you follow us on all our socials, on Instagram, on YouTube. Find us on Spotify, everywhere you listen to your normal podcasts, except Apple Music, because can't get on Apple Music yet. Anyway, have a good night, y'all. Thank you for joining us. Peace.